let's talk about some good news in gaming. The channel's been a little rough over the last couple weeks. It's been a lot of negative stuff, and I don't like that. So, if you're a BioWare fan, if you're a high fantasy RPG fan, if you're a Dragon Age fan, obviously, we probably got some good news this week off of the rumors from Jeff Grubb, as well as some other kind of winks and nods from other folks. The implication is that Dragon Age Dreadwolf will be at Summer Game Fest this year, here at the beginning of June. Jeff Keighley's big summer blowout show, which has been pretty underwhelming the last couple of years, but maybe this is the year. And that's really exciting. The actual reporting from Jeff Grubb was in a video he did on his channel, talking about various things, but bringing up Dragon Age Dreadwolf, that it is expected to be at SGF, that it will probably come out sooner than people think afterwards. We'll talk about that. And that supposedly people are really, really happy with it at EA and BioWare. That's really exciting. That's nice to hear in a time where things have been a little crazy and, arguably a little rough in the gaming industry. This just feels like a little bit of a breath of like, oh yeah, we're supposed to we're supposed to have fun with this stuff. This is supposed to be a good thing. My feeling for a while has been that Dreadwolf was probably done quite a while ago. Just some of the leaks and some of the kind of hiring they were doing, and just the way that things were going, it seemed like this game was probably done. And even reporting from Jeff Grubb and others, that this game was probably technically like complete a while ago, but that it seems like there maybe was like an initiative by BioWare and EA to say, okay, it's content complete. Let's really hammer out the bugs, and let's really hammer out like performance, and let's see what we can do to make this on its shippable date, as best as it can be. Probably on the realization by a lot of people, while this may not be the last chance for BioWare to make a game, I suspect no matter what happens with Dreadwolf, we'll still see a Mass Effect game. But this is probably a pretty big momentum builder or killer for BioWare. Maybe not killer. I don't really know how much momentum they have anyways. But if this game comes out, and I've said for a while, if Dreadwolf can come out and be like an 8 out of 10, that's fine. I've seen others being like, oh, it's got to be perfect. And that's not true. That's not really how these things work. I think people just want to see, especially after how long this game has been in development, want to see BioWare put out a competent, well-done game. That it won't be perfect. No game is. But that feels like it was in development as long as it has been with as big of a team. That feels like it was worth, sacrificing, their SWTOR, their Star Wars game and team, to go down to like a one game development studio. And I think people, especially me, Mass Effect fans, want to see that they can put out a game in 2024 in the modern era that, is up there with the others. So my anticipation, and we've known this news was coming sometime in summer since Dragon Age Day back at the end of 2023. And now it seems likely that they're going to announce a release date at Summer Game Fest. They could even do like their own little showcase a couple weeks afterwards. That wouldn't surprise me, or even like in July. But with Grubb saying that he thinks this game could be out sooner than people think, and my predictions for a long time anyways, I think this game could come as early as like August. It really wouldn't surprise me at all. And for them, that wouldn't be bad because it puts them in a pretty good spot without any real competition that I can think of off the top of my head. They definitely don't want to wait until next year with Grand Theft Auto. We've already had like Dragon's Dogma has already come out. So we're kind of waiting, there's kind of this space. And it's been long enough since Baldur's Gate 3 that I'm sure a lot of people are looking to get into a similar world, a similar aesthetic, and, the high fantasy. And if the combat is kind of the God of War-ish combat that was, kind of assumed in that leak that happened a few years ago, where the combat looked like really good, having, that Baldur's Gate 3 feel in that kind of game, but with the kind of combat that's a little more popular with the average gamer, I mean, has a formula to be really good. I do fear a little bit the direct comparisons between Baldur's Gate 3 and anything. The way they did that game was so unique and so interesting, and I just don't know if anyone else can do it like that exactly. So hopefully we've seen like inspirations and motivation from Baldur's Gate 3. We'll see that in lots of other games for the next 20 years probably. But I really think it'd be right and fair to judge Dreadwolf on its merits and on its own accord, good or bad. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be a pretty quick move. What this means for Mass Effect, well, if they put it out this year, I could anticipate Mass Effect going into full production, probably early 2025. They will keep a team on Dragon Age, the full team probably for at least a few months to get some big patches out. If there are big issues that need to be fixed, they will probably allocate a team. If they haven't already started this, they probably have, to do DLC and add-on content. They could also use support studios for that, so we'll have to wait and see how that works. But for Mass Effect, if it comes out, especially in August or even September, I would expect in 7 Day this year to probably be a little bit of a blowout. They wouldn't really be taking attention away from anything if Dreadwolf has been out a couple months. If anything, more attention on Mass Effect is more attention on BioWare, which is more attention on Dreadwolf in the kind of post-launch time for that game. And yeah, I think we will definitely have Dreadwolf before Mass Effect's in 7 Day. But how much before we'll find out here in probably a couple weeks. So I'll be covering Summer Game Fest as it approaches. I'll be doing some prediction videos and some research to see what we could see there. I'll continue covering all the PlayStation and Xbox news in a as positive way as possible without too much clickbait and sensationalism, which is pretty rampant right now. So if you like the idea of that kind of coverage, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have your own thoughts about when Dreadwolf could come out, leave it down in the comments, please. If you really want to support me and my content, these videos, my podcast, and my stream, consider becoming a YouTube member. You do get videos a bit early. You get a cool little icon beside your name when you comment, and I really appreciate it. It helps me continue to upgrade everything that I make these bits of content with. So you can check out all my other links and socials and everything in the Linktree link in the description of the video. That's all I have for this one. So until next time.